Welcome back to the greatest show in the universe. On the line, we have a guest from New Zealand, I believe, Saint Lane.
Yep, that is me from New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand.
That's awesome, man. Like, so you're like a huge rapper over there, and and people should check him out online. I first found out about him with this song "Compliment My Shirt," but he has like fucking way more like songs since then. But that's how I first.
Yeah, I put out a few. I think I've actually only got 4 songs out.
Damn. So you release singles instead of albums? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I got 4 singles, and I got a fifth one coming out next month.
That's what's the fifth one called?
It's called "When Did We Grow Up."
That's deep. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a bit different again to my other shit. And there's some more singing on it, and yeah, it's an exciting track. It's definitely heading in more of a pop kind of direction.
Yeah, you kind of had that with like Pitbull type beat, I think, too, and a couple other ones. Like I like the video for that a lot. Like that was a dope video.
Oh, thanks, man.
I mean, all of them are good.
Yeah,
All of
I
them are good.
fucking love that video actually.
Yeah, that was a cartoon video. Like, yeah, if you look up Pitbull type beat by Saint Lane, that's on YouTube and shit. It's dope. Compliment My Shirt's a great video too. That's how I found out about you originally. Because like I saw that.
Yeah, man. You know that track is like turning 1 year old in like 3 weeks.
Still great. It's a classic. I'm gonna listen to that shit when I'm like old as fuck still, probably.
I love it. Thank you, man.
No problem. It's just such a fucking good song. The rest of them are good too, but I feel like the first when you first get introduced to somebody, it's like you obsess about it. I don't know. It's like that was on my playlist. It's still on my playlist actually on YouTube and stuff too and Spotify.
You're a legend, dude. I appreciate that.
No, you are, man. That's why I'm listening to your music. You're the legend, bro. I appreciate the humbleness. So how are you? So how would you describe yourself to like an American audience? Like, I'm not saying this is strictly an American audience, but like probably mostly American audience. How would you describe yourself like to people? It's like you're like way bigger where you're at. I feel like, like so they wouldn't even.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like doing way better in Australia and New Zealand than in America. I really want to put my focus on America and like try and get bigger out there. But yeah, describe myself to this man, it's like, I guess imagine if like fucking John Mayer and Kanye West fuck, and I have like this Tame Impala orgy.
That's the best description I've ever heard of music. I think
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going for.
it works though too. Like that worked as a description though. Like as you said that, I'm like, yeah, it's probably what it's like. Actually, it's two different. Like, I see the two different styles merging. Like honestly, like that's weird. That's weird. You name those two, but it works for you. Honestly, it does.
Yeah, dude, it was actually, I think it was John Mayer who said, the failure of sounding like his heroes allows him to sound like himself.
Wow,
It's
that's
fucking great John Mayer quote.
that's
And
true as
I,
fuck.
th- I, I think it's really relevant with my shit because, like, I'll attempt to make something that's kind of like an Tame Impala or kind of Westworld, and then the unsuccessful shot of that has led to me creating my own sounds.
That's dope, dude. And you played some big American shows too. I'm not trying to take it away, but like you're like huge in your area, in like Australia, New Zealand area. Like I see some of the shows you're doing on like Instagram and shit, and those look fucking huge. Like
Yeah, this year's probably been the biggest year for shows. It's only fucking March, and I've played the biggest shows of my career in the last 3 months. And I've like first show, and then yeah, just been like, these fucking ridiculous venues. It's been amazing, and I was opening for Earth Sweatshirt and JID recently as well. We're two American dudes, and that was sick. It's been fucking wicked. I'm very grateful.
that's killing it. You have your own Instagram logo too, like stickers too, right?
Yeah, I got dicks on Instagram, dude. I
That's huge.
pressed the fuck out of someone. I was fucking too fucking right. I was wearing this shirt. You would fucking love it, actually. It's a shirt. It's two boxes, right? But instead of like the boxes' faces, it's got George W. Bush and Saddam Hussein's faces on the as boxes. And it's fucking dope. And this chick came up to me. She was like, "Ah, I like your shirt." And I was like, "You know what's funny? If you go to Instagram and you go to like stories and look up gifs, and you type in compliment my shirt, a fucking image of me. It's like a moving image of me.
That's genius, man. Like that's genius. That's a big fucking thing. Like Instagram's got like billions of users and shit. That's a big thing, man.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, man. Like I kind of forgot that they did that for me until like really recently, like because I haven't used it in months. And then someone tagged me in some post with the gift, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's fun. I got fucking yeah, it's hectic, man. Shout out fucking Instagram for coming through on your boy. That was a huge plug.
Dude, no shit. I mean, and yeah, you just end up doing like so much cool shit as an artist. Like, and then you're like, oh yeah, like the highlight reel comes back like a while later. It's like you're like, oh yeah, I did do a bunch of dope shit. I forgot that I'm awesome.
Yeah, dude, I literally forget. But like, when people ask me like, when I meet people, they're like that don't know I do music, and they're like, oh, so what do you do? I'm always like, do a little bit of music, I like hang out mostly, and then I'll like meet them again, and they like must like fucking Google me or something, and they'll be like, dude, what the fuck? Why do you like not talk about yourself properly? I just think I'm a fucking weirdo. It feels weird being like I hate talking about because my friends are like the humblest dudes in the world. I'm like in Canada right now with my friends, and they're all just like talk about some shit that I'm doing. And just literally just saying some shit. Sometimes like I'm trying to just humble all the shit out.
Yeah, no, Canada's super humble. Like what area, what territory are you in?
I'm in Fernie, which is like I think it's like an hour from Calgary.
Oh, okay. You're in Alberta then?
Yeah. I'm like fucking in the woods, man.
Yeah, no, Canada's all woods. It's like they have 30 million people up there in that huge ass country.
Yeah, bro. I'm the 40th person here. They had to update the sign when I walked in.
That's hilarious. That's funny as fuck. You're literally just directly north from me. Like I'm in the center of the United States, and like, you're right about like introducing yourself always sucks when people are like they're like, what do you do? And like some people you want to impress, some people you just not want to talk to. You know what I mean? Like you're just like like what do you do? I'm like, oh, I always say I do nothing, and like people just argue with me sometimes. Like when I'm like fucked up, like, I'll be like so drunk at a bar sometimes, and people will be like, no, what do you do? You put or they'll think I was the band or something. They're like, man, like you did a really good set, and I'm like, I've just been drinking here. I didn't do anything. Like, I mean, I literally, like, they're like, great set, man. And I'm like, I didn't play a fucking set, dude. Like, I didn't do anything. And they're like, what? No, that was you, man. And I'm like, they're like, argue with me because my energy's high or something. They're like,
it's so fucking funny, dude. Man, how's recently, me and my friend Jess went and got some fucking ice cream for some reason. And then this lady decided to have a fucking inspirational moment with me. And she's like, what do you do, young man? And then I was like, I don't do anything. She's like, oh, what do you want to do? Sure, you know, you're a young man. You got the whole world in front of you. You can do anything. And I was like, I guess I'll become a male model. And then she said, you should be a comedian.
that's a compliment and an insult, I feel like. It's like...
It was the biggest fucking roast of my life, dude. I think I fucking burned by some old ice cream video.
Yeah, it's like, well, it compliments you by saying you're funny though still, but yeah, no, it did call you ugly, I feel like. Like,
yeah,
so,
totally.
so it's both. No,
What's this thing I heard about you putting out a special?
yeah, I gotta record that still. I'm basically recording one in St. Louis here soon, yeah.
Shit, that's awesome.
No, you're awesome, man. That's why you're the guest, man. Like, I'm a fucking loser. I'm just a nobody loser, and I'm glad to have,
You can't out-humble me on this. But I'm really interested in this special issue. This sounds so fucking cool.
well, you should come to St. Louis and be in it, man.
Dude, I'll open for you.
Okay. Yeah, literally, like, you could, because I basically I don't have a date booked. It's super flexible. I'm self-distributing, so I basically can put it out whenever. If you're serious, you could definitely be in it.
Yeah, dude. If I'm in America when you shoot that, because I'm always in LA, but if I'm in LA and you're shooting that, I'll fly over.
Okay, yeah, map it out. We'll map it out a little bit, honestly, and I'll have you. You could either introduce or open or something. We'll figure something out, but you could be involved in some way.
Yeah, no, I fucking love that, dude. And Did I see you're running for office?
Yeah, I'm running for Congress right now.
Well, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I'm gonna win too. Everybody's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, dude, I reckon you can win. I reckon you will win, and all people will be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just because I'm good at the internet, like that's the only reason. Like, I almost feel stupid about it too. So I'm like, just because I'm better at marketing, I could win Congress. It's like so dumb. Like it's almost,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, it's like I mean, like I'm not even like qualified to be honest with you. Like I'm just a dude. Like I'm just a dude running for Congress. Like I'm not like I don't like my girlfriend's like, so what do you do when you go there? And I'm like, I don't know. Like to be completely honest, like I just want to legalize weed and like make my town better and shit. But, like I don't really know what a fucking congressman even does. But I'll probably win because I'm good at marketing and like the other people have like no internet presence at all.
Dude, you know what's wild is like nobody knows what they're doing. This is the crazy shit. Like, I don't know how to be a congressman. Do you know who else doesn't know how to be a congressman? The other congressmen. Like everyone's freestyling.
That's probably it's probably true. Cause you're like a big rapper. You're probably just like I don't even like you're just like doing whatever like, type shit. Like but it literally appears it's huge still. But it's like no, I get that. I can see how that would apply to every field almost. Like a doctor's like I don't really know how to be a doctor. I just like took some college. I don't know.
Yeah, bro, you can't just fall into everything. I was at this tiny country fucking bar last night with a few friends, and I just realized that everyone is just doing an impression of themselves.
Wow.
Because I had a fucking bad mushroom trip yesterday on the top of a fucking mountain, and I was like, just realized looking at people, I'm like, this is not the natural state for people. Like everyone's kind of like in this world where they're afraid to kind of step out of that comfort. And when I was having this bad mushroom trip, I felt like I was in my natural state of just fucking terrified. And it was fucking odd, man. Just like people watching at this bar, realizing that everyone is completely clueless, and people don't realize that because like you're always you is the thing. Like you're always you, and you've. I was thinking if I got like busted for like say I left like my weed pen in my fucking pocket, and I went on the plane, and then the plane was like, and the dudes at TSA are like, what the fuck's this? I could be like, oh, well, I'll just get off with a warning because I'm a kid. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm not a kid, I'm a fucking man. Why did I've completely just forgotten about time, and I know everything I'm saying makes no fucking sense because I'm still pretty fucking washed. But
I've tripped a lot. You actually make a lot of sense. I've been there before. I feel like no, I've done that for like summers, like complete summer. No, I literally understand what you're saying. Like you're right though. It's like yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I like look in the mirror. I don't feel like I'm 33. I feel like I'm like 16 or something. It's like I like look in the mirror and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm old. Like I'm like, it's like that movie Big or something.
yeah, dude, that's literally fucking me. I could constantly forget. Like my friend Ben, he's about to turn 25, and I was like, dude, holy shit, like we're old as fuck. Like it's hectic how like fucking old.
My buddies are having kids that are like 18 now and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck did that? And I remember them being born. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, it's fucking hectic. Like, babies are so scary. My friends Matt and Jordy just had a baby. I fucking love that baby. It's so cool, but at the same time, like, holy shit, that's fucking hectic.
Yeah, it's like a novelty. It's like you can hold a cute baby for like 15 minutes till it like almost throws up on you, then you pass it off, and then you're like, all right, now I'm back to doing dope shit again. You know, it's like.
Oh, it's like that Aziz Ansari joke where he talks about like how he has friends that have babies and they're like, you gotta have a baby. He goes, well actually now I'm just gonna go do whatever the fuck I want. Baby. The possibilities are literally endless. Like I'm a fucking just a famous dude. Like it's so much better than having a baby.
That's real as fuck, though. I mean, like, but I mean, there's benefits to both. I imagine I'll have children eventually. And, like, I'll be like, I'll think that I should have had them younger at some point. But like, right now, I'm just like, yeah, totally just enjoying life and shit. Like,
I'm like, I would rather be a fucking dope uncle to like all my friends' kids than be a dad. I feel like.
You almost look like a dope uncle.
Well, I've got like this running meme on my Instagram. I don't know if you've seen it. Anytime someone comes and asks me for a photo on like the street or whatever, and like people post it, and I look at it, and I look like this person's uncle every time.
You
Like, I look like for some reason, because I'm not photogenic at all, and for some reason, if you put anyone next to me, they look like I asked for the photo. I don't know what the fuck it is. I make everyone look famous. It's ridiculous.
That's so funny. That's so. That's funny as fuck, man. Like, no, like, no, you literally dress like an uncle too. As soon as you said that, it like clicked in my head. I'm like, you probably are a dope uncle already. Like, I just like, even even without the new.
Like shit, getting like the dopest outfits for my friend's baby. Like I was in Hawaii. I was like, yo, we getting 10 Hawaii shirts for this baby. It's not gonna fit in like 6 months, but fuck it, we're taking the novelty now. This baby's gonna be all Hawaii'd up. And like, man, I'm the illest uncle in the streets, man.
Streets. That's funny, man. Like, you get around. You're always traveling, man. I noticed that shit. Like, I'm like, man, I wish I had this guy's butt. Like, you're literally in like so many. Like, you did a show in like Korea, I think. Like, you're in like South Korea or something. Like, and you're in Canada right now. You're from New Zealand. And you fucking did a show in South Korea. Like, that's just like, you mean that's impressive that you get around that much, though.
Yeah, bro, Mr. Worldwide.
The new one, yeah. Fuck Pitbull.
Dude, that guy fucking sucks. But fuck, man, I've been traveling. I think this year alone, I've already had like 25 flights.
That's insane, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like March. I've been in LA, Hawaii. I've been in every state in Australia, and I've been in Canada. I'm going to Vancouver in like 2 days, and then I'm flying from Vancouver to Australia. It's a 15-hour flight. Shooting a music video in Australia for 1 day, then I'm on a plane to New Zealand.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, so everything's fucking crazy right now, man.
It sounds awful / amazing. Like I feel like doing a bunch of shit sounds awful, but the results sound amazing. like
yeah, it's like one of those things where like if teleportation existed, this would be the best job in the world.
Yeah, no shit.
Like it's so much time sitting on a fucking plane. Like there's so much time in cars and buses and trains and shit. Like it's unbelievable the amount of travel. Like I get bored of shit. Like I've read so many books, and I've watched like every movie ever made. I'm fucking. I hate the actual traveling part, and then being in a new environment. Like, dude, right now, looking out my window, there's a huge fucking mountain. There's snow everywhere. This is the first time in my life I've ever seen snow. Is when I came to this town.
Oh, for real? That's hilarious.
Yeah. And it's cool as fuck, and the novelty is not worn off at all.
That's the way. Yeah, no, Canada's beautiful as fuck, for real. It's it's definitely a beautiful country. It's like a different loading screen when you go there. It's like, I feel like it's like a video game loading screen when you go there. Like, everything looks beautiful, and if you take a picture of it, it doesn't fucking show up, and it looks stupid. Like, it's like it looks majestic as fucking person.
That's so true. Like I've been trying to like take a photo and like fucking justify it.
Right. Yeah, I was in Vancouver like a while ago, maybe a year or two ago, and like I tried to take pictures like during the winter. I was trying to take pictures there, and like I'd be like, man, this is fucking so great, and everybody'd show it to you, like, yeah, cool, like, but they don't even like, but they never got the feeling of what it like. I felt like what I was trying to say was like the picture sucked so bad. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like when will we get with technology that justify how good some shit is?
Yeah, or just make people travel there. I guess this is why technology sucks right now. Is you have to see it yourself still.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, some of the boys just walked in. What's going on, gents? They all just went snowboarding.
That's gotta be a funny conversation, like having like more of like an Oceania accent with like a Canadian accent, like in a conversation. Just make me. I'd probably just laugh if I was baked the whole time, honestly. Like,
the fucking edibles out here are really good.
The what?
The edibles.
Oh yeah, I imagine. No, Canada's got good weed for sure.
Yeah, no man, like this cookie I had yesterday before I had mushrooms fucking ruined my life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
been there.
But I'm back.
No, yeah. Last time I interviewed you, I actually fucked up the interview because I was so fucked up on edibles, and I'm not a tech guy. He's like, we usually do these on like Fridays or Saturdays, and then like when people are international, are traveling a lot, I tend to like work do them during the week and stuff like that too. But like, yeah, no, I was so fucking stupid with my technology. I'm like, the interview went so fucking well, and then like because I was good socially, but like but technologically, it was like it only recorded my voice, and I was so fucking pissed, and I literally annoyed you for like a year to get you on another interviews. I felt so bad. I'm like, dude, this like you were so awesome. You were so awesome. I fucked up that interview so bad. Like, so consider this a public apology. That's a public apology as well. That was so fucking stupid.
It's totally fine, bro. You don't need to stress about it at all. The
500 milligrams of THC will make you a fucking moron. Like,
absolutely. It do it to the best of it. It'll do it to Willie Nelson. It was a lot of shit.
yeah. And then trying to fucking like move shit and then try to record shit after that. Like, I hope this one, like, no matter what this one sounds like, it's getting released. I don't give a fuck.
How's this? The other day, I went. My friend Scott Johnson has like this Instagram show where he gets musical guests, and him and the musical guests have to make a song in an hour, and they film the song, you know, being made in the hour. And at the end of the video, the song plays. And so it's been like really cool watching all these episodes. So then I go on, and we make a great fucking track. And I'm like, Scott's like, man, I want to release this. It's a great song. And all the SD cards just fucking wiped. So now we only have audio of that fucking show. So he's like, we're going to go do it again. Make a different show. And I was like, oh, that's so annoying. Next day I had a photo shoot. We shot everything on film. And like, it was for the cover up for the next single. It went and got developed. All black, blank photos.
So it's you. It's not me.
It's
It's your terrible energy, man. Like, I'm just fucking around.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but for some reason I'm just destroying fucking technology that's designed to capture moments.
You're either a demon or a vampire. I'm not sure yet, but we'll get to it.
Definitely a demon, dude.
You just admit it. You're like, yeah, duh.
I've got to be a demon, man, because you know vampires like they don't fuck with garlic.
Oh yeah.
My garlic's my shit, dude.
You're like,
I put garlic in everything.
Yeah, so my girlfriend puts actual garlic, like fresh garlic and everything too. She's kind of the same kind of way.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Is your girlfriend Italian? Where is she getting that from?
I don't know. She's a good cook. Like she just cooked a lot. I don't know. If she. Are you Italian, Gabrielle? No. No, she's not Italian. I just asked her for it. No, she's not Italian.
You know, that's
No, I got lucky. That's why I'm. Yeah, got lucky with that. But no, she puts that shit and everything.
So I'm cooking something roast and stuff right now?
Yeah, she's actually making fucking lasagna right now with garlic. I smelled that when you were saying that. That's what linked it, I think.
And it's gotta be done. Like garlic doesn't work on cold shit.
Yeah, no, it does. It has to be hot for sure.
It's exclusively a hot food.
That's true. I used to put hot sauce on everything. That was like what I would just put it on fucking everything I ate.
Man, I love hot sauce. Hot sauce is actually like so criminally underrated. Like it makes everything better.
Yeah, it's like, do I actually like chicken wings or do I just like hot sauce and ranch?
I've literally had this thought recently because I don't think I would have the chicken wings by themselves.
I don't think I would either. Like I'm just like I think I like wings, but I think I just like sauce.
Yeah, I think you've just debunked something pretty major. People in the world think they like chicken wings, but they don't.
Yeah, it's like all these chickens just getting massacred for no reason when we all just like sauce. We're like,
this whole time we could have just been having the sauce. The chicken's could have been free.
that's so in Australia, New Zealand, they eat hot wings over there as well.
Yeah, wings are popping over there. They're doing their thing. They're having a moment.
Good.
But in New Zealand, man, like chicken is people love like KFC and shit. It's huge in New Zealand.
That's interesting. So, can you look back to your lineage to what prisoner or you came over with, like with your if you look back to your lineage or whatever or family tree?
No, because I'm Polynesian, so I have no prisoner in me.
Oh, you got there late. You
I got there by canoe.
Okay. You showed up to the party late after it was already gone.
Yeah, so you had the Hawaiians who were called the Hawaiians at the time, and they had this big waka. It's like a big boat, and they took the boat. They left Hawaii, and then the first place I think they found was Samoa, and they dropped off some people in the Waka, and Samoa populated this undiscovered island. Then they rode the Waka again, and then they went to Fiji. But when they got to Fiji, there was already people there, and the people that were there, the native people of Fiji, were actually originally Kenyan, and they're people from Kenya that had traveled and found the island of Fiji. So the Hawaiians, they didn't fuck with Fiji because they're like, oh, people are there, so they keep going, and they get to Tonga, and they keep going and going and going, drop people off, and then they get, the last place they find is the North Island of New Zealand, and they land in a place called Waitangi, and there were already people there, the indigenous people of New Zealand, who were called the Waka Maoris, who were actually, when the Earth was, Gondwana land and Pangaea, the two supercontinents, these people were actually Aboriginal Australians that had broke, when New Zealand and Australia broke off geographically, these Aboriginal Australians stayed there. The Hawaiians landed, and they were so hungry they killed and ate the last remaining native New Zealanders, and then the Hawaiians became the Maoris, who are now the original New Zealanders.
That's interesting. I just learned a lot. You filled in a lot of holes I had there. I know some Maori. Like one of my friends from there is like part Maori, and then I know and I like studied a little bit on like I didn't know that they were originally Hawaiians. That's funny. I wonder if were Earth just flooded instead of like separated. Because like it looks like New Zealand and Australia look like mountaintops. Like, and I feel like the world just like it looks like after the flood or something. To me personally, it's like the world just looks flooded and we're on the top of mountains or something.
Absolutely, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah, I just wondered because like Pangaea could make sense to me, but I feel like it flooded, and it could have broke away too, like as well. But it feels like it just flooded to me. Like really, when I look at the top of the Earth, like the hemispheres and shit. Like when I look at like how it looks.
Mm. Well, the water is always rising.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that there could be fucking, whole countries just at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, and there are. I mean, you look at the History Channel's covered some shit on that. Like, there's actually like a bunch of stuff underwater. Like it looks like because I feel like after like Noah's flood, it may not have returned back to like the normal rate or whatever. Because like it just went down. Like I feel like it flooded the entire Earth and then it just went down, but didn't go like all the way down. That's like an opinion I have. I don't know. So I feel like
that makes sense. I feel like that's a good thought. I like that thought.
Yeah, cause, like when I look at maps, it always looks like that to me. Like every map, I have like a map as a shower curtain, so I'm always like staring at it. I'm like, what the? This looks like a mountaintop to me. Like it's just weird.
What is the map of the world?
Yeah, yeah, it's a world map and then sectioned off by country. Basically, it just shows you where all the countries and cities and shit are.
That's weird. I'm gonna get me one of those.
You're already doing it though. You're already going to the places, motherfucker. I'm like studying this shit first. Like I'm not trying to go anywhere without knowing the culture first. So I don't want to just embarrass myself. And I want good food and shit. I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man, the South Korea. I was so disappointed in the food.
I heard that from a lot of people. I heard South Korea sucks. I heard it's cool for like you have to experience it. I mean, I feel like you like going there and being a rapper would be the best way to experience it probably. But I feel like outside of like that, it probably wasn't that cool.
Yeah, like I probably got to have the best South Korean experience because I got flown over and they picked me up from the airport. They put me in this like fucking 7-star, like what the fuck 7-star hotel.
As a rapper, that's the best way to see it.
Yeah, and it was fucking crazy and played at this, we're out in the Yojin Mountains, in the fucking middle of nowhere, and then they've got this raceway for AMG, and I played before Rick Ross, and I got to meet Rick Ross, and then it was free fucking piss, and it was free food, but the food was shit, but it was like free drinks the whole time, and they gave us a section right on the side of the stage, and watched like fucking crazy acts display. Had the best, and then I left the festival, got on a plane, and was home.
Right, yeah.
So that's probably the ideal South Korea experience. No one else gets that.
Right, yeah, no, that'd be killer. The food in Asia the best looks like Vietnam to me for some reason, and their currency's so low, bro. That like pho is like 60 cents in Vietnam. They have like the best fresh food, and I feel like, and if I was going just for food, I feel like it'd be Vietnam. I feel like I would just.
Yeah, I love Vietnamese food.
Dude, yeah, it's the best. It's like fresh Chinese food.
Yeah,
like
it's fucking awesome. It's so underrated.
Dude, it is, and there's a lot of people from like your side. There's a lot of Westerners in every way. Like from like people from the UK, people from Australia, New Zealand, people from like Canada. Like all the English speaking world like goes like Asia to like basically like double their currency or triple it or whatever. Like more than that, like actually, but you know what I mean. Just like to have way more money, you can make like they make like $3,000 a year there and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like easy to be rich there.
Yeah, for sure. That's a lot of the people in Australia move to like Thailand and Bali.
I hear that a lot.
So much cheaper.
Yeah. Your currency's like you guys make $15 an hour though too, so your currency is a little bit lower, but you guys probably make more on the average, like low end even.
Yeah, like $15 an hour. That's like your minimum wage job. Like when I used to work in a hotel, I'd get $26.50 an hour,
Oh wow, okay.
and that's like a regular job.
Okay. Yeah, so like, but the currency exchange is a little bit different. Like I think where are you guys at on the chart even? I haven't need to look that up. U.S.
I think your dollar is killing us right now.
Well, you're at yeah. You were just on fire and shit. Like probably
Like the whole. I wasn't in Australia when any of that was happening.
convenient.
In LA.
Convenient. I'm just
Very convenient, wasn't it?
yeah. You have to come up with an alibi, I think now.
Well, I kind of got away with it because the Prime Minister of Australia went on holiday as well.
Yeah, so they hated him more. They're like, fuck that.
Yeah, so they were quick to forgive me. And they're forgiving on him.
The entire continent's on fire. The prime minister left. That's so. Oh my god, that's insane.
Dude, it was unbelievable. So it's actually fucking. It's almost comical. So like the whole country's on fire. He doesn't address it at all. Everyone's like, yo, dude, like what the fuck? And then the ex-prime minister, who fucking everyone hated, just rallied up volunteer firefighters, and he himself was out there fighting fires.
Damn.
And while that was happening, the prime minister used taxpayer money to go to Hawaii and stay at a really nice hotel with his family.
Damn, that's brutal. Like he's not even pretending to give a fuck.
Yeah, and then he came back, and then he went to the some places that were affected, and everyone booed him, and people wouldn't shake his hand.
Whew.
And yeah, he's definitely not winning the next election.
Damn, yeah. The only way to be a bigger asshole is to like eat s'mores off the fire. Like probably.
Yeah, well, he fucking may as well have done that, really.
Yeah.
That dude didn't give a fuck about the whole thing. But yeah, you're a fan of a conspiracy theory, aren't you?
Yeah, you read me well. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I've got a conspiracy theory about these fires for you that's quite popular in Australia. That any Australian listeners you have will be well and truly already all over this conspiracy, but Americans might not be familiar with it. So in Australia, it's quite a big place. So the only way you can really get anywhere is by plane, and the Australian government's been wanting to build a bullet train like what they have in Japan for years and years and years, but there's been so much pushback from Green Party farmers saying like it will destroy so much of the bush land if they build a bullet train from Brisbane, which is in Queensland, which is in north, down to Melbourne, which is like the most southern part.
Mm.
And so usually like a flight from Brisbane to Melbourne is like 6 hours, maybe 5 hours. But they wanted to do a bullet train that could get you there in like an hour. And basically the areas in Australia that all burnt up were all the areas that they wanted to initially propose to build this train. And that's like literally the only places that are affected were on this map of where they're going to build this train. And the other thing was, so they say that the fire was started by two 16-year-old kids, and then they put a real pressure on, like, we're not going to reveal the identities of these children because, we feel like that mistake, they shouldn't have to live with that mistake their whole lives. And then it's like, well, that's a pretty fucking solid alibi right there. Like, completely anonymous fire starter in the area that you're trying to build a train. So the next thing that people think is probably going to happen is the Prime Minister probably come out and go, well, be ashamed of the waste of land, let's build this train.
That sounds super convenient where the area is. That does sound convenient though.
Yeah, so I think everyone, I think even when these fires like first started happening, I was like, oh, that's a bit convenient. That was in fucking those places, it's happening in New South Wales, where they wanted to do a train.
No, that's insane. I was like, I couldn't believe it was even on. It was like I didn't realize the entire continent was basically on fucking fire. That was like so insane to me. Like I was like,
Yeah, well, it wasn't even really a whole continent. Like it was like pretty much, it was like half of it. Was all.
still though, that's like half a continent on fire is insane.
Oh, dude, I've got a major part of that fucking conspiracy. So there's people whose job it is to make sure that shit isn't on fire. Park rangers.
Yeah, yeah.
And halfway through last year, the government cut funding for park rangers. So now there's like 300 park rangers lost their job, and the head of the fucking park rangers resigned because he's like, if there's a bushfire, there's got to be nothing that we can do about it because there's not enough park rangers, and you're asking one park ranger to cover too big of an area. And so by the time this started, it was already spreading too much because there wasn't enough staff. They were understaffed due to budget cuts because it's the federal government that pays for those employees.
Damn, yeah, that's another way, and they control that too. So they control who's there, and so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy times over in Australia. And then now they're like they're having like some toilet paper crisis.
Oh
You know
yeah,
about this?
oh yeah, because everybody's scared of the coronavirus now, so everybody's like buying up like sanitizer and toilet paper and stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm like amazed I don't have coronavirus at this point. Like I've traveled around the whole fucking world. Haven't worn a mask once.
Yeah, it's probably because it's fake.
Yeah. Do you reckon this is it's just a fucking cold?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just like wildly exaggerated. Like they're putting people in like camps. They're putting people in like quarantine and shit. And it freaks me out. Like Italy put like 16 million people in quarantine, and like
Yeah,
I'm like
scary.
yeah. I'm like I've seen that happen before. You know what I mean? I'm like I've read about this. I've read about this camp thing. But
Fucking like it's like the end of the world. It's like Cloverfield.
yeah,
Fucking shit.
that's what they try to make it seem like, and then like it's just like a bunch of people like making fun of it on the internet. On my feeds, all my friends are assholes. Like the world could actually be ending, and everybody be making fun of it still.
Oh, dude, the world could literally end, and it would be a meme. Like the last living human would make a meme about the fucking dead people.
Yeah, like that's how my feed would be. Like honestly, that's how I literally think and that's what I mean. So and I don't believe anything on television. So it's just like what do they have to gain? Fear, I guess, control, like from something like that. What do they have to lose? I don't know. Like China put like 200 million people in like quarantine or something like that. I'm like, they're the last motherfuckers I trust.
Yeah, I'm real skeptical on the whole thing, man. Like, and everyone that's dying from it is people that have terrible immune systems.
Yeah, like old. Yeah, young people aren't dying yet. It doesn't seem like. It just seems like old people. And only like fucking like not that many people really.
Yeah, like when like people that are like my age start and are healthy start dying from it, I'll be like, oh shit, maybe I should wear a mask. But at this point, I'm all good.
I feel like it just gives me the perfect excuse not to do anything. I'm like, I don't know, I'm sick, and then nobody wants to do anything. So I'm like,
yeah, that's a great excuse. One of my friends, Patrick, he's sick as fuck right now, and so we're gonna see if he's got coronavirus. It'll be wild if he does.
it'll be a YouTube live challenge or Instagram live.
They're gonna do. You know how to give everyone coronavirus that they probably should have thought about? They could have just called the thing the coronavirus challenge. Because then every motherfucker on TikTok would be giving themselves coronavirus just to get some fucking views.
No shit, honestly. Like, don't tell them that. We probably shouldn't let anyone over 40 hear this interview.
Dude, there's so much fear. It's so stupid. Like, I feel like fear, in a sense, kind of gives people a reason to just exist in a way. Like, there's always something to be scared about. Like, do you remember bird flu when we all got told that bird flu was going to kill us all?
Oh, yeah. That's why nobody believes this shit. That's why it's happened so many fucking times. It's like...
Like, how many fucking world-ending diseases can we have every year?
Yeah, it's like the worst case, I just die. Like, I don't even have to deal with it. It's like, okay, I just die? Cool. Like... Like,
and then that's it. That's a wrap.
yeah, I'm like, I planned out that anyway at some point. So it's like, it doesn't really disappoint me that much. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, I have to die anyway. And then, like, if this just kills me, like, I guess I can't control it, so I just die. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, can we talk about something else now? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and man, I remember that there's just so much shit, like fear mongering on television. I don't watch TV, so like,
No.
I'm out of the loop on it. But like every time I read something on the internet, I'm like, oh my fucking god, it's stupid.
That's what brings you back into it. Yeah, I wouldn't watch TV either, but I still hear dumb ideas from people in my newsfeed. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they're like scared of some shit, or they got some opinion on like some guy they never met that reads a teleprompter. You mean it's just like, oh my god, it's just like so much like it's like I feel like it's where everybody vents. I feel like social media became like this like place where everybody just vents and they post like eulogies.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what it's for now.
Yeah, it's like, I'm super sad about this celebrity's death, and here's how it's about me. Anyway, here's what I hate now. And it's just like, it's just like not even, it's good for me, it's good for people like me that just market stuff, so it's like, it's great for that, but if you're not marketing anything, I don't even understand why you're on the internet, honestly, in my opinion, but I'll take advantage of it, I feel like, but.
Yeah, dude, you know what's so crazy? Is like, I was thinking about this recently. Back in the day, you'd have like David Letterman and like Conan O'Brien and like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, all that. Like they were just dudes with their shows and shit.
Yeah.
But now everyone has their own show.
No, you're right. There's so many more famous people now, and like so much less pay.
Yeah, but like just like the everyday person, like every dude has an Instagram. And like and that Instagram is essentially a show. Like every day they're putting up a story. They might have 100 viewers, and they got 100 watches every day on their show.
Yeah, no, that's what like we're basically the same. Like we're both in that category too. We're just like two random dudes that like before the internet probably wouldn't be like known.
Yeah, yeah, totally, absolutely.
Like you know how much work we'd have to do to get for you to be a big rapper and for me to get into like whatever the fuck I'm doing. Like we would have to do so much more work in the '70s. I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. It would be the most cutthroat shit ever.
Yeah, you have to like knock on like executives' doors. I'm like, hi, I'd like to be in a movie, and they're like, yeah, get in the fucking back of line. Like, it means like there's a million motherfuckers that want to like suck my dick and be in this movie. Like basically, that's all they're doing. They're just getting coked out, making everybody blow. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll put you in a movie.
Yeah, and that's how most movies were made until recently.
Yeah, until now, like you can make a movie with a cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah, like Lady Gaga just shot a fucking new music video. I haven't even seen it, but on an iPhone apparently.
Smart, yeah. That's where we're at. You don't have to rent like 200. You used to in film, you'd have to rent like a $40,000 camera and then pay somebody all this money to fucking edit actual film, and then do all this, and then you'd have to find like a distributor or something, like someone that would put it on like the 7 channels. like you know what I mean? Like there was no fucking chance ever. So now I mean, and then rap, like you'd be knocking on everyone's fucking, you'd be knocking on like RCA's doors, fucking like all these big labels' doors, like Universal shit like that. Yeah. Be like, trust me, I can do music, and they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. It would have been shit. And people that made it in that time, that's why their shit lives on.
Ah, wow. That's a good point. They put so much energy into making it, I guess.
That's why that's why you can have a song of the day. It's a hot song for a day that no one ever listens to it again in their life. But people will still listen to fucking like Hotel California.
Yeah. That's how I feel like Compliment My Shirt is, though. I think with that song, you got a classic there, honestly. I think as you get bigger, people come back to your stuff, and, like, I'll keep listening to that shit. You know what I mean?
Man, thank you. Like, I put so much fucking time in that. I got a song coming out at the end of the year called The Water. It took me 3 years to make that song.
Damn.
It's a lot of time. And then, but knowing the world, there'll be a song that some dude made in, like, 6 minutes that people will probably like more.
Yeah, it just fucking depends. Like, you don't control what the audience does. That's the weirdest part. It's like,
yeah.
Like we don't get to pick what's popular. We just like create content, and they decide what's popular. Like,
yeah, it's hard because like the internet is that kids are so prevalent in the internet.
Yeah.
And the loudest people in the room are like people under 18, and they're almost becoming tastemakers. And like, the problem with being a tastemaker when you're under 18 is that you have no taste. So then you get put to the forefront because kids like it. Because there's no, you can't differentiate between, age and demographics and shit when it's everyone's just in the same room. You know what I mean? Like, you're watching a YouTube video. You don't know who the people commenting are. Like, you don't know who the other people watching are. So, like, some dude saying it's trash. You don't know nothing that you do, but your people are forming their opinion on this random dude saying it's trash rather than them listening to it just because, like, the top comments says it's trash. Like, oh, shit, must be trash.
Yeah, and it's so much easier to hate shit for people than to admit they like something even. Like so even if they,
Dude, yeah.
so even if they like it, like they're so afraid of being like good or themselves or something that they think they have to be like an edgy asshole with everything. It's like, I mean, like the time and place. I mean, I like edgy, like I like fucked up comedy, but I'm saying like that's not how you should be as a person. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's so, like, I never in my life, like, there's been some stuff that I fucking hate, but never in my life I'd be like, man, I'm gonna publicly really fucking hate this. Like, I'm gonna comment on this guy's shit. Like, I don't think I've ever commented on anything negatively, ever. Like, if I don't like it, I'm like, cool, it's not for me, it's for someone else. Those dudes are just so passionate about hating shit. And it confuses me so much, like, that, like, complete strangers just hate other strangers.
Yeah, without knowing anything about them. Yeah, or like they would knock their brother out over a disagreement that they're both wrong.
Yeah.
Like basically. Yeah. It's so insane. No, I think that too, man. It's a weird time right now, and I think these media bubbles are definitely doing that. It's so easy for everybody to be so plugged into their phone and think they're always right, and like block people that disagree with them. To where like, they just think they're right all the time, and without any like, and not knowing how to deal with criticism either. Like just being like, like I disagree. Like doesn't mean you have to kill the person. Like, it's like
there's no discourse in there.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, like when I announced I'm running for Congress, like this was the first weekend, like after I announced I was running for Congress, that basically my inbox was full of drunk people shit talking me. like basically just because I'm Republican, they're like fuck you, you're Republican, fuck you, and like just like projecting all this like hate onto me and like their deepest insecurities onto me. Right, and they're just drunk, like yelling at me like on a keyboard. I feel like I'm like, it was honestly funny as fuck, but
no, I couldn't less about like people's like political what they put Republicans and Democrats. Like my favorite comedian of all time, Norm Macdonald. He's fucking straight up Republican, plays golf with George Bush. But people won't like him because people don't like his comedy because he's friends with these dudes. And it blows my mind. It's like, why can't you just separate the dude what he does on his weekends from his work? Like, and people do that with like Louis C.K. and shit as well. Like they cancel him. It's like it doesn't mean that his specials aren't good. It just means he might be a shitty dude.
Yeah, most of North America is super into tribalism, like to where they're just like they'll divide over it. They're like, well, fuck you, I'm right, you're wrong. Like they're just idiots basically. And they'll argue. I mean, and both parties are fucking right and wrong. You know, it's like really. So it's just like you can't just like overlook your tribe's like fucking wrongs. Basically, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's just weird. And like no, people like literally like threatening me and shit. It was like weird. I've been like a comedian for a while. I've been a writer. I pissed off a lot of people in like several different ways, but I think this is pissing me most people off, which like is kind of entertaining to me.
It's so crazy how fucking ridiculous people are, man.
Yeah, it is weird as fuck. But if you want to throw any social media or anything like that before we get on here, I feel like I'd talk to you for 5 more hours, but like keep this like a show, I think.
Plug my social media?
Yeah, or whatever else you got going on, whatever.
Well, Lane the Saint is my Instagram. Recently got verified, so fucking blue tick city, baby.
Damn.
It's a sort of flex. But yeah, Lane the Saint, Instagram, Twitter, that whole thing. And then April 24th, When Did We Grow Up? My 5th single is coming out.
Badass, man. That's actually how I met you, Instagram, I think, like initially.
Yeah. Bro, I think it was. But man, this has been an excellent chat. Some more boys that just walked through the door. We're gonna have a little session.
Cool. With that, thanks for doing the show, man. Everybody check out Saint Lane's music. It's fucking awesome, or he wouldn't even be on the show. So Google him, check out his music videos, and pleasure. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Man, thank you very much for having me on it, and good luck with your political campaign.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Later on.